The Jamaica Association for the Deaf, JAD, is seeking to raise awareness about the services available to deaf and hard of hearing students. It comes amidst heightened concerns about how students are learning amidst the pandemic. More in this report from Dwayne Anderson.
Can your child hear their teachers? It is a question the Jamaica Association for the Deaf wants parents to take more seriously. And given the learning loss of the last 2 years due to the pandemic, the situation is even more urgent.
Because of the pandemic, the kids have been home, and because the kids are home, the parents are kind of seeing, okay, maybe the teacher isn't the one that's not helping my child. Maybe my child really does need help.
It is also important that parents do not continue to make bad choices with the children they feel are hard of hearing.
They may choose to send their children who are not deaf or their hearing children to school with the thinking in their mind that these are the children who will learn better, they'll be able to function better, and they'll come out to have better jobs. And unfortunately, that means that the child who's deaf may not be given the attention and the support that they need to be able to really thrive in a learning environment. There's also the matter of convenience. There are parents who will say, listen, I recognize there's something wrong, but I'm not sending them to a school for the deaf because it's easier for me to send them to the school around the corner. And so unfortunately what that means is that you have some students who have hearing loss, students who are deaf, who are in mainstream schools and are not really benefiting from the education experience.
Parents are urged to get their children assessed if they're suspected of having difficulty hearing. JAD has been helping with these assessments.
We have, I guess in the name of calling it a term we've been using over the last few months, a blitz of sorts, where we'll go out to a health fair and we support by providing, assessments at a very nominal cost.
Many deaf and hard of hearing students have benefited from schools such as the Lister Mayor Gilbey High School in Papine St. Andrew. The work done at the school is to help prepare the students for life, including the workplace. And speaking of the workplace, there are concerns that members of the community may be disadvantaged by mask wearing that is now commonplace due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Some employers seem to be adding different elements of discrimination in different ways. For example, a deaf person who does not have adequate sign language support in the workplace may depend on reading lips. And so having a mask on makes it difficult for that to happen. And so a person may say, all right, can we distance? You take off your mask, I can really process what's being said. And in the name of the public health, which we fully respect and appreciate, it becomes a situation where an employer says, you know what, it's okay, I'll reduce your shift, or I have to call JD because it's becoming a more frustrating employment experience.
May was celebrated as Deaf Awareness Month, and part of the month-long campaign was a thrust to encourage more people to learn sign language, so as to widen the pool of interpreters available to the deaf community, as well as the other groups that need their services. Dwayne Anderson, TVJ News.